Alright, everyone, welcome back. So we continue on in our hockey card collections with the Boston Bruins. The Bruins is a big one. It is a big boy. 12 pages here, almost 13 worth of Boston Bruins cards. So we're just going to get straight into it here because it's going to be a very long video. But first off, the signed cards. Now, this signed card's a little bit weird. I don't have any jerseys. It says his name. It's Hannu Toivonen, but it says it in print. Like, he typed his name, like, it's not like any other normal signature. It's really small, and, yeah, it actually might not be a signature card. But it showed a signature, so I guess I count it in that column. But regardless, the rookies, not a whole lot of them. Not a whole lot of ones either that are entirely too valuable. None of these guys are still on the team, so we'll just get into it here. Starting off with Jeff Penner. Obviously not a well-known Boston Bruin. Ryan Donato, Young Guns. That's probably the most valuable one of all the rookie cards here, to be honest with you. Bob Bice was a star rookie. Got two here. Got a star rookie, Bob Beers, and then a NHL prospect from 1990 and Bob Beers as well. The weird thing is, not all the prospects from 1990 are all in the rookies. It's something I'm still working on. Super rookie, Ken Hodge. So again, you get into the much older cards here when you get to the original 6 teams. Then you get into the rookies, Hannu Toivonen. Jordan Sigalet. And then the last of the rookie cards is Callum Booth. So not a lot of Bruins rookies there. There's much more rookies when you get into the later original 6 teams, but the Bruins, not really too much there. Let me adjust my camera real quick. A little bit too far down. So the first page of the Bruins, ironically, is a lot of like team-related stuff. A lot of checklists, a lot of, team facts and all that stuff. So you got a Bruins team facts card here. It like will show the Stanley Cup winners, the cups they've won. This early on for me, I would read these cards a lot, trying to enlighten my knowledge for a lot of these teams. And, Boston was one of the teams that I know a lot about. In fact, they were one of my favorite teams for a while. They still are. I still really enjoy the Boston Bruins a lot. But, this gives a lot of facts. Again, like the Prince of Wales trophies, their top coaches throughout their history, their great players who played through history that were good. It's interesting. Then they show the President's Trophy, which was awarded to the Boston Bruins in 1990. So, again, President's Trophy curse. Obviously, they lost in the finals to the Oilers that year. But still, I count it as a Bruins card because it's got Bruins on the back. But another really nice card there. A mascot here now is Blades the Bruin. I have a few of these mascot cards. It's cool because it's got, like a little reading on it. Like, I'll read it here. Brown bear, to ensure that he never misses a hockey game. This rare bear does not hibernate. So that's something that's cool there. It's part of the mascot series. You'll see a couple of these throughout the collections here. I believe like Buffalo has one, I think. I also think that like Calgary might have one too. There's a few teams throughout the collection that do have them. A few Premier 92 cards here. This shows like their all-time captains list. Up to 92, obviously. So it's got like Terry O'Reilly, Milt Schmidt. You see Johnny Busick on here, Ray Bourque. Some cool names from guys there. There's another one here that shows career scoring leaders. It's old because it's got Busick leading. I think he still does lead, but obviously, it's a pretty cool thing there. Other thing here too, Boston Bruins 1990 conference champions. They defeated the Washington Capitals. Obviously in a 4-game sweep, I believe, if I'm looking at that correctly, to win the conference. Pretty nice there. Team leaders card from, I think, 2011, 2012, or 2013, 2014, sorry. You got Brad Marchand, David Krejci, Tuukka Rask, and Milan Lucic. So, some nice names there on that list. Get into the coaches. I think this is actually the last of... Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. I thought this was the last... Oh, wait. This is the last of the miscellaneous Bruins cards. Mike Milbury, coach. We all know Milbury has a interesting time. I don't know why it's dented either. Milbury's had a very interesting time as coach, player, and GM So it obviously adds up for a fun story there. But, some cool cards to read into. Then you get into the main player cards. You start with the captains, assistant captains. Start with the franchise Johnny Busick. This is probably, it's from 1990, so it's not like exactly, or 2011, 2012 actually. So not anything that's like, really, really old. But still, one of the older players that I do have in the collection. You're not going to really see anything past 1967. So not a lot of original 6 cards, not a lot of cards from back in the 40s. You'll just see a lot of throwback cards, honestly, when you look at this collection. So we'll get into the other captains. Zdeno Chara has a season highlights thing here at the front, along with a couple of UD canvases. I remember when Chara was in Boston. Part of me wishes I could go back to that time, to be honest with you. I really, really enjoyed the Chara era in Boston. Joe Thornton up next, back when he was with Boston before he went to the San Jose Sharks. There's plenty of Thornton cards that I have. He will be introduced in the future. Ray Bourque. There is a lot of cards here. I can already tell this is going to be a pain in the butt to pull out of here, but I'm going to try and do it anyways. I'm already 6 minutes into this video. So, there you go. First MVP card. This is from relatively recently, I think. Never mind, 1999 is not recently. Other cards there too. A lot of score cards. It's going to be a common trend that you see with these older teams. You're going to see a lot of score cards, and you're going to see a lot of pro set cards too. Because I used to get a lot of score packs, so plenty of cards here. There's Topps. Again, here's another score. It's the franchise. There's a few of these in the collection. Ray Bourque, again, score. And then you have another Topps. So, yeah, plenty of Bourque cards there. Again, as I said, we're going to see a lot of score cards throughout the collection here. And for these bigger teams, too, it's hard to kind of, get them fully organized and all that stuff. So I might get some duplicates throughout here. David Pastrnak. Honestly, not a lot of cards for Pastrnak. You think there would be more, there's not. It's the interesting part of it. He's one of the ones that I have, fewer of, actually. Patrice Bergeron, I definitely do not have a few of. I have to actually put him into 2 folders because I don't have enough space for him. This is how much it is combined. It's a lot of freaking cards. So, a lot in store there for Bergeron. So, we'll go through the first stack here. Again, relatively a lot of them are just base cards. That's a nice shiny one there from his 3rd season in the NHL, actually. I don't have a Bergeron. I've been trying to find a Bergeron rookie card. Can't seem to... Oh, dropped it. Sorry about that. I'll do that a lot. I can't seem to find a Bergeron rookie card, probably because they're very rare. But Bergeron, one of the better players that I watched during my time. I still miss him to this day. Was probably one of, if not my favorite Boston Bruin of all time, to be honest. Here's some other Bergeron cards. And then here's one when he won the Selke. So he won plenty of Selkes throughout his career. All right, now I got to pull out the Cam Neely. The Neely I think I'm going to have to put into 2 separate ones as well because it is hard to get out of here and it is hard to put back in. So a lot of Cam Neely cards. It's a pretty large stack there, but a lot of them are just scores. Like the majority of them are literally just score cards. It's what half of them are. There's one right there. Like, again, they're all literally score. That was Flair Ultra. This is Upper Deck. So Prince of Wales Conference card there. This one's cool. So there are some cool cards, but like a lot of what you're gonna see is a lot of these score cards and these pro sets because majority, like when I was first starting, I got a lot of them. Like I think I bought like 3 boxes one time. That was how much I was buying Pro set Cam Neely. It's a scorecard for Cam Neely. An all-star card for Cam Neely. So that's the Neely collection. Let's see if I can get it into here without it ripping, because it's been ripping the last couple of times I've put in big stacks. Oh, wait. There you go. Went just right in. Perfect. David Krejci. Not a lot of cards for him, actually. You figured there'd be more. There's only 2. Speed things up a little bit. Don Sweeney. Don Sweeney obviously now is the GM of the Boston Bruins, so makes things pretty ironic. It's cool how, like, you know, players will play for the team for such a long period of time and then they'll eventually become part of the staff. It's something that is a trend in hockey and has been for many years. And I think that good chance we could see some players playing in the NHL right now that a couple of years down the road when I'm still making videos are coaches. So that's something that I think is very cool. I'm not that old yet to have witnessed a guy that I've watched play become a coach yet, but I know it will happen. Craig Janney. Believe he was on the Olympic team. It usually says it on the back here. Yep, it was. Yeah. Next up, Brad Marchand. Marchand's going to be a tough one to pull in and out of here, but no captain cards for him, or else I already would have shown him. This is actually the last of the assistant captain cards. Nice, cool little pink one there. Or glittery one there, I guess. So we got some artifacts cards, some MVP cards. So again, some nice pools. All right, moving into the non-guys. Charlie McAvoy. I have a feeling that I'm going to find a McAvoy card in here because there's no way I have just one. We'll likely find it towards the end. Chris Wagner. Wagner's an easily forgotten Boston Bruin. Ken Hodge. Couple cards here. All rookie team in blue. And then all rookie team in white. I don't know why I have both of them. But I guess it's because of the variety. Some Parkhurst. A few of these in the collection. Not a ton. I had to look this up if it's the same Ken Hodge. I had to actually look that up. I remember I had to do that. And here's a, I think this is Pro Set, but a different version. So, yeah. Brent Ashton. Weird spot to put him, but cool. David Shaw. Like a trip down memory lane for some of the old folk that watch these videos. Stephen Leach. Fleer Ultra, Steve Leach. Well, Steve Leach, Stephen Leach. Kind of the same thing, honestly. It's not really that big of a deal. All right. Glenn Wesley up next. This video is going to be a long one, I can already tell. Buffalo's collection is relatively long too, but it's not as long. It's not as big. When we get to the Flyers, that could be at least an hour. Michael Ryder, the Flyers collection's huge. Because obviously I'm a Flyers fan and I go out and actively collect cards for the Flyers. Dmitry Konvanatov. Definitely said that wrong. Gordy Roberts, Pinnacle. Dave Christian, who was actually also on the Olympic team. It's funny because they said it on the back of every single card. Like I'm sure it says it back here. Yeah, won U.S. gold in the 1980 Winter Olympics. That's like the biggest thing because people remember that. Greg Hoggood. Hall of Famer card here, Fern Flyman. Class of 1990 Hall of Fame. I wish they would do more cards like that because I'd love to get like class of 2022 or 2024, things like that. This is my only Esposito card. Goodwin Champions, Phil Esposito. I'll read the back because why not? Esposito, a 1984 inductee into the Hockey Hall of Fame, who twice won the Stanley Cup Championship with Boston, led the NHL in points 5 times, including in 1970-71 when he set a career high 152 points, while also setting a league best with a career, setting a league best and a career best of 76 goals at the time. Gretzky would break that record, obviously. Craig Smith. Love when we go from Phil Esposito to Craig Smith. It's just the way these cards were organized. I might eventually go through and put them from earliest to most recent. This was Nick Ritchie, by the way. I don't know if I said his name. Jack Studnicka. Only Studnicka card that I have. P.J. Axelson. Brian Propp. Petri Skorico. Ted Donato. I think this is Ryan Donato's father, who we went through with the rookie cards, but pretty cool how that happens too. Vladimir Ruzicka. I'm pretty sure there is a Ruzicka in the NHL now. I might be wrong, but there at least was at some point. That wasn't Vladimir. Jake DeBrusk, now no longer a Boston Bruin. He's now a Vancouver Canuck, but a couple cards here for DeBrusk. John Carter. Glenn Wesley. David Backes. Only card that I have for Backes. I figured I'd have more, but I guess I do not. Rick Nash. A few cards there for Nash. Not a lot in the collection. You think I'd have some for Columbus. I don't. Glenn Murray. Chris Kelly. Mariusz Czerwski. This is actually a rookie card, so I got to move this to the rookie section. Interesting. Never heard of that name before. So if anybody knows who that is, do let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to move this to the rookie section real quick. Gary Galley. Some all-star cards there. I will have a Minnesota Wild card collection, by the way. That will have its own video. Ian Lafrate. Taylor Hall. Glenn Featherstone. Got to be one of the more interesting names in the NHL. Matt Grzelcyk, who actually as of now is no longer a Boston Bruin. Lyndon Beers. Or Lyndon Byers. Never mind, it's not related to Bob Beers. Jeff Lazaro. Interesting face there. You got Bob Sweeney now, not Don Sweeney, Bob Sweeney. I believe they're related, but I could be wrong. Wayne Primo. Yeah, was really a deaf player. Was not well known. Chuck Kobasu. Kabasu. Bruce Shoebottom. These names are interesting, I gotta say. Dave Reed. Adam Oates. I feel like I'd have more Adam Oates cards, but that's the only one I have for some reason. Fred Knipschier. Definitely not a name that I know. As you can probably tell by some of these names that I'm butchering. Dave Poulin. It's a Bauman card. Computer turned off. Fred Stanfield. Randy Burridge. Marco Sturm. Got Marty Brodeur in that photo there. Frank Vetrano. Vetrano still in the NHL today for the Anaheim Ducks. Danton Heinen. Heinen, I think, might also be on the Anaheim Ducks. If not, he's Pittsburgh. He's been bouncing around the league a lot. Gord Kluzak. Bill Masterton trophy there. Bob Carpenter. Moving through here. Anders Bjork. Easy forgettable. Was always a interesting, fourth liner for Boston. Was never really anything more than that, though. Brad Boyes. Torrey Krug. And you'd think I have more Krug cards, but I don't. I only have 2. Guess I gotta get some more ones from like 1819. Shane Stevenson. Nevin Markwart. Definitely interesting name. Dmitry Kivarandiov. I believe he already has a card in this collection. Let me do some looking real quick. He did. So any way that I can really make the collection a little bit smaller and organize these cards more, this is the way that I do that to help myself. Ralph Barahona. So already found 2 cards to make the collection a little bit smaller. Players Club, Jamie Huscroft. Wes Waltz. Actually almost done. If I can fit these cards into the slot. All right, next up. Andy Brickley. Dennis Weidman. Ed Westfall. John Carter. I think there's already a Carter card. Hang on a second. So yeah, there's a couple of flaws in the Bruins collection. I apologize for that. Alan Peterson. I hope I didn't say his name already. I don't think I did. I hope not. Yeah, there's like 4. Bob Beers. It's good that I did. It's good. I like doing this stuff for that reason. Sheldon Kennedy. So I get rid of those flaws. Sean Corrali. Corrali on the Blue Jackets now. Solid 4th line guy. Jim Weimer. And we're almost done with the skaters. We got Eric Holla up next. Holla, more recent. He's actually wearing the jersey that I'm wearing right now, so it's cool. Charlie Coyle. Still a Boston Bruin today. Trent Frederick. Louis Erickson. Yeah. Definitely one of the more interesting cards. I saw that at a card store and I'm like, I gotta get that. I gotta get that, absolutely. Anton Strawman was more recently a Bruin. Yeah, not too long ago. And actually the last of the skaters, Hampus Lindholm. So again, a lot of the more recent cards I don't have a lot for. So like Lindholm, I don't have a lot of versions of that. But regardless, let's get into the goalies. Yaroslav Halak, there's a lot of goalies for Boston, so be prepared. Andy Moog, there's plenty here. Score. Pro set. Another score. And another pro set. Tim Thomas. Thomas is a Stanley Cup champion for Boston. Was good for a period of time. I don't think if I'm correct, I don't think he lasted as long as a lot of other goalies did. Might be wrong though. Tuukka Rask. A lot of cards for Rask. He was the goalie in Boston for a pretty long time. Now it's Jeremy Swayman's net. Don't know if I have Swayman cards actually. So yeah, some nice Rask cards there. I do have a Swayman card. It's Ullmark that I don't have a card for, but obviously he's no longer on the team. Swayman. It's the only card that I have for Swayman, so nothing interesting there. Bill Ranford. Really interesting card here. It's got a lot of eyes in front of it. I do have two William M. Jennings trophies for Regine Emelin and Andy Moog. So I think this is from 1990 when they won the President's Trophy, or 1991. Speaking of Regine Emelin, here's some cards of him. Andrew Raycroft, known for Twitter now, I guess. And then the final card in the Bruins collection is Ed Johnston. So a much older card there. As you can tell, he's a way older goalie. But this card is actually from 2002. So it's not that old. So, yeah. That is the card collection for the Boston Bruins. The next one will be for the Buffalo Sabres, who are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they're 11 pages. Buffalo's is still very sizable. It's not as big as Boston's, but it's still pretty big. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on the Boston Bruins hockey card collection. Definitely thank you guys for watching this one. It's a pretty longer one. The Sabres one will be pretty long as well. But regardless, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.